What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. And I am back from vacation. This is no longer a pre-recorded video. And of course, the day that I get back, we get some AFC North news because Baker Mayfield has just been traded to the Carolina Panthers. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit, but I want to talk about the AFC North as a whole and how this opens up more opportunities for the Baltimore Ravens to win that division. All right? Because Baker Mayfield, I'm a fan of Baker Mayfield, but I understand most Ravens fans hate Baker Mayfield. And I understand why. Because he actually plays pretty well against the Ravens, and it's kind of frustrating when we see him play all these bad games against these random teams. Like, he'll play horrible against the Texans and the Jaguars and the Titans. Then he plays the Ravens, and we get Heisman Baker. We're like, bro, what is this? Go back to Cleveland Baker. We don't want Oklahoma Baker. But overall, Baker Mayfield always gave the Ravens a run for their money. All right, it was a difficult game. Now, did the Ravens win a majority of the games against Baker Mayfield with Lamar Jackson at quarterback? Yes. But they were close. Remember when the Ravens had to beat the Browns to make sure that they made it into the playoffs? And Juju Smith-Schuster and the Pittsburgh Steelers are watching from Pittsburgh. Or maybe they were in Cincinnati, but I think they were watching in Pittsburgh. And Baker Mayfield is driving until CJ Mosley, did his thing, got that interception. But, they were in that game. They were in that game till the very last drive. Till the Ravens ended it. Remember on Monday Night Football when Lamar Jackson had to go to the bathroom? Or maybe he had cramps? Baker Mayfield put that team in the lead, and Baker Mayfield could not be stopped. Luckily, Lamar Jackson came back, and then Lamar Jackson used his, brilliance, whatever you want to call it, to lead the Ravens to that victory, hitting Marquise Brown, for that long touchdown, Justin Tucker hitting the big game winner, all those things, right? But that was a tough game. Baker Mayfield plays the Ravens well. And now that he is gone, officially gone, the Ravens don't have to play him. Now, for the future, Deshaun Watson looks like he's going to be that guy, right? Next season, or, in 2 seasons, I'll say next season is this upcoming season, but the next season after this season, Deshaun Watson is almost guaranteed to be the starting quarterback the whole year. Obviously, that's going to be difficult. He's a great quarterback. But this year, we still don't know what the Deshaun Watson situation is going to be. There's a chance he misses half of the season. There's a chance he misses the whole season. A lot of people are expecting a full season suspension. We don't know what it's going to be. But odds are he's going to miss some games. That means it'll be Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Now, Jacoby Brissett isn't a terrible quarterback. But my goodness, is he worse than Baker, and he's worse than Deshaun Watson. So if Baker had stayed, there's a chance that he goes, you know what? I'll play the 6 games that Deshaun Watson is out, and then you trade me before the trade deadline. Because there will be a team that gets a quarterback hurt, or, they just kind of need a guy. Maybe they're, trying to get into the playoffs, and they're like, you know what? Our guy isn't really cutting it. Maybe it's the Panthers. Whatever it is, they're like, you know what? Kind of have a good roster. He played 6 games. Now the Ravens are having to play Baker, and they don't get that bad quarterback that they were hoping for. When Baker and the whole Brown situation collapsed. So it is a major benefit to the Baltimore Ravens that Baker Mayfield has been traded. Now it's a negative that Deshaun Watson is the quarterback for the Browns, but Baker Mayfield being gone lessens the difficulty of winning the AFC North. Because now the quarterbacks for this year, speculating, will be Joe Burrow, very good quarterback. Mitch Trubisky, I think he's overhated. I think he's an okay quarterback. And Jacoby Brissett, who's a bad quarterback. Now, can he have good games? Yeah. If you're an NFL quarterback, you can have good games. He can play well against the Ravens. But he won't play as well as Baker does. So, it's a good thing that Baker got traded. Now, let's talk about the Baker Mayfield trade. Because, oh my goodness, the Browns are so bad. It is abysmal what they have done with this entire Baker Mayfield situation. And as a Ravens fan, it's great to see. Because they got a 5th round pick for him. A 5th round pick for the guy that turned around that entire franchise. The most abysmal, hated on, trashed on, laughed at franchise in all of North American sports has been the Cleveland Browns in this entire century. Now you can argue it was the Detroit Lions, but at least the Lions had Stafford, they had Calvin Johnson, they made it to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield came into the Cleveland Browns and they had every quarterback possible. Every quarterback possible. They're starting, I love Stanford. They were starting Kevin Hogan. They were starting Deshaun Kaiser. They were starting, you guys can't see it, I got a Johnny Manziel signed Johnny Manziel merch up there. They were starting the money man, Johnny Manziel. They were starting RG3. They were starting Tyrod Taylor. They were starting dozens of quarterbacks. And none of them could get it done until they bring in Baker. Now, Baker wasn't perfect. But Baker turned it around. He brought in a team culture. He brought in a winning attitude. And all of a sudden, the Cleveland Browns made the playoffs. I would argue Baker Mayfield did his job. I would argue Baker Mayfield did more than he was ever asked to do. Because if you get drafted by the Cleveland Browns and you're a quarterback, the expectation isn't to make the playoffs. The expectation is be our quarterback for 3 years. That's the hope. And Baker Mayfield was a good quarterback, broke the rookie passing record, or at least the passing touchdown record, and he took them to the playoffs. And they got nothing for him. Because the Cleveland Browns messed it up and they got him mad. And they were like, oh no, we want to bring in Deshaun Watson. And he's like, what? Bro, I turned your franchise around. And now he gets to go to the Carolina Panthers, which great move from the Panthers. I love that move. I think Baker's going to do really well in Carolina. But overall, this video was to give my thoughts on the failing Browns organization and the benefits that it brings to the Baltimore Ravens, because it allows the Ravens to have lesser competition this season. Because Baker Mayfield, regardless of what you think about his skill as an NFL quarterback, you cannot question the competitiveness, the atmosphere that he brings to every game that he plays. It's a good thing that he got traded. And it's even better that the Browns basically got nothing in return. The Ravens got more of a return for Kare Vedvik than the Cleveland Browns got from their franchise quarterback, franchise turnaround, Baker Mayfield. Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. And I will see all of you again.